Hello my fellow warriors, or should I say MechWarriors, and welcome back to another video where I would like to talk a little bit about MechWarrior Online. MechWarrior Online came out on Steam a couple of days ago, and if there was ever a game I had a love-hate relationship with, that is MechWarrior Online. I've been with MechWarrior since the very first beginnings of the game. I was a founder, I was in the closed beta, and I have spent the last 3 years playing the shit out of the game. I was never, a top player, but I was decent. Now there are many things wrong with this game, from the bad performance to the graphics, they are not great. Performance is bad. I mean, most systems struggle to keep a 68 frames per second, and even yes, there are some systems that can run the game decently at decent frame rate, even with high or ultra graphics. But for the most part, and you can see that in the forums and in most of the gameplay videos out there, the only way to keep a stable 60 frames per second is just by lowering everything to low. And even then, you can see the game drops to 35 or 40 frames per second, and if you use MSI Afterburner, I mean, at least with my R9 290, the game just uses 50% of my GPU no matter what. Whether it's 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second, the game never uses more than 50% of my GPU, which, it's plain bad coding, it's bad optimization. The graphics, they're good, they're serviceable, but they're not great, especially for a game running on CryEngine 3. And then there are the maps. Some maps are very good and some maps are just very bad. Though to their credit, lately they have started taking a second look at the other maps and updating them.
Target acquired.
But the maps, I mean, some maps are really good, like Crimson Strait or maybe the Canyon Network, and then there are maps like Caustic Valley, where what PGI did. PGI, the developers, had a very bad habit of creating maps with one central point of interest, where both teams just rushed to the center, and they ended up running around in circles, going NASCAR, as we used to call it. Just running around in circles, and the team that managed to get the most hits on the enemy team, or the guys that they were left behind during the NASCAR racing, and then that team would win.
New target.
To their credit, though, they started updating those maps. And then there are the game modes. I mean, you have your standard deathmatch. You have a deathmatch with a twist, which is you have a base you have to cap, and there is a deathmatch with 5 twists. You have 5 bases you have to cap, and they call it Conquest. And Conquest just doesn't work with MechWarrior Online. This is not Battlefield. Maps are not designed for Conquest, and you end up just either running behind the last enemy light, trying to take him down, or running to cap the bases before the times run out, and most of the times it just ends up being an endless walking around with no or little action.
New target acquired.
And then the business model, I mean, I have to give it to them. It is not pay to win, even though they came close sometimes with some hero mechs and stuff. They did almost there, but it's not. It's expensive. It is expensive. It is free to play, and you can get most of the things with in-game currency. But if you decide to buy things with real money, they are expensive. I mean, they give you mech packs, and they cost like $80 or whatever euro currencies. I mean, it's almost double the price of a AAA title. To their credit, though, the only thing that players actually have to buy with real money, and it is important, it's mech bays. And to their credit, mech bays are not expensive. I have to give them that. But, and this is a very big but, for everything that this game does wrong, there are 2 things this game is very good at, and it just keeps me coming back to it every time. The first one is customization and building your mech. It's very deep. I mean, you have so many things to take into account. You have to consider your the shape of the mech, the hitboxes, which unfortunately there's not an easy way to find them in game. Most players just you have to figure them out as you go. And there were some posts in the forums where there were some players took the time to outline every hitbox of every mech. I don't know if it's still up. Maybe it is. and you have to take into account the size of the mech, the weapon placements, and then the weapons themselves. So many little differences you have to take into account while building your mech. It's very, very deep. It's very massive. I mean, you're gonna spend half your time with this game just building and tweaking your mech, and it's intense. I mean, you make a combination and you see you have to try it out, and you make little adjustments here and there. It's very deep. It's very, very good part of the game. I mean, half my gaming time is just spent in the mech lab tweaking things. And the other thing that this game does very, very good is the combat itself, the mech combat itself. Now, yes, you may argue that, you know, the time to kill is too low, or maybe it's too fast-paced. Yes, you can argue that. Sometimes, you know, some arguments do, you know, they're valid, and some things are not great. But the core combat itself is done. It's done very well. The way you can spread damage around your mech, the way you pilot the mech, you know, aiming for a specific component on the enemy mech, trying to take out their weapons, or it's really good. And sometimes, you know, it's intense firefights. Yes, you can have some matches. You know, there's a match where it ends up being a steamroll, and it's boring. But most of the time, the matches, you know, the games are good, and you get those fuck yeah moments. I mean, whether you are the last guy left in your team, and there are 3 enemy mechs left, and you are all, you know, beaten up, you've been all fucked up, no armor, no weapons, and yet you manage to kill or take them out, all 3 of them. Or, you know, you are in your leg shadow cut, no armor left, and there's this cataphract coming, you know, trying to take the kill, you know, give you the killing blow, take the easy kill, and you try to limp your way to safety, and you see this guy coming, you know, easy prey. He's coming to get you, and you manage to take him out. And many more times, like, you get those fuck yeah moments. And that's the core of the game, and that's what keeps me coming back. And that's why I think this game needs to be on Steam. And you know, give it a try. Give it a try. It's free. You have nothing to lose, and it's a very good game. For those 2 reasons alone. That's all I had to say. Ooh, it's still morning. I need another cup of coffee. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and have a good one.